Hi Capricorn, this is your reading for February 2023. My name is Hayley and welcome to HR Astrology Services. This is a general reading, so it will not resonate with everybody. So take the bits that resonate, leave the bits that don't. Cross watchers, if you need to flip the roles, if to make it fit, then do that. Energy is interchangeable and there is no such thing as gender. So if I'm referring to a he or a she, then it could actually be a she or a he. So, you know, just apply it as necessary, but do not force it. So I've pulled some cards for you and I've meditated on them, and I do that because it's just easier for me to read. I can pull more messages out that way rather than trying to perform under pressure. I'm going to pull some more cards out of another couple of decks as well, and also from a deck that I created for myself. So the first thing I'm seeing is you are holding out in a relationship. You're not involving yourself. You're not investing. There is silence, like deadpan silence. We've got the Lovers here and we've got the High Priestess covering it. Now the Lovers, okay, self-explanatory. This is a soulmate relationship, if you believe in that kind of stuff. This is a relationship that I believe in the past you found to be very stabilizing. I feel like you was highly attracted to this person. You felt like you'd found your other half. It was something very different, some kind of interaction that you've never experienced before. It kind of opened up your world. It opened up your eyes to a whole new level of love or a whole new vibration. There was something about this partner that really kind of sold you. You was all in. It was almost like you saw a lot of yourself in this person. It was very reflective, and for a while I do believe that you felt this person felt the same way. There is a lot of mirroring going on, and there's a lot of I would say, like, I won't call it flirtatious, but I'd say there's a lot of, like, I feel like you felt like this person was invested somewhat in the past. With the Lovers showing up, Gemini is about communication, it's about exchange, but it's about, it rules the twins, so obviously that involves more than one person. But it's very much about, I feel like this person's body spoke to yours. They resonated with you on a very physical level. They resonated with you on a very mental level, and on a very, I'm just like sexual level as well. There was a lot of attraction there, but the one thing that I'm not getting is emotions. I feel like you've pulled back because this person was not very receptive when it came to you and your emotions with the High Priestess. The High Priestess is someone who is the gatekeeper of secrets. She is the one that has access to the divine, to the spiritual realm, and she hears and sees more than she lets on. So I feel like you may have seen and heard a lot of things within your interactions with this person that you just didn't really speak on. You kind of kept your mouth shut and you was very reserved. They may have shown themselves to be someone different to what you believed that they were. I feel like the mask slipped a little bit and you were just like, I'll keep my mouth shut, but I don't, I've acknowledged it. This is the card of acknowledgement. So you've acknowledged a lot about this person. I do think that you accepted this person for the flaws. I do think you realised that this person was flawed, but you chose to accept them anyway. But it's almost like they became very lax in that. So they became very like, oh, well, I can just do whatever I want now because this person's just going to accept me. However, well, no, that's not the case because you have pulled back from this person. You're not dealing with them anymore. There is silence between the two of you. It's almost like a deathly silence as well. So you could be really affecting this person on a very emotional level. I feel like this person feels that there is a separation between the two of you. Maybe that your feelings towards them have changed somewhat, but they don't know that for certain because you've not told them. The High Priestess, you've kept your mouth shut and it's almost like I'm hearing my silence is speaking volumes right now because maybe you gave yourself to this person so freely. Because what I'm looking at here is if you see the cards, this woman's naked and she's like saying, look, take all of me, take absolutely everything from me. It's almost like you gave this person all of who you are. And they became very, very relaxed around you. And because they became relaxed around you, the mask started to slip and you started to notice things about this person that you'd never noticed before. I'm hearing night nurse. So this person may have chose to sleep with you because they felt like you were very healing. You was a very healing energy to this person. So it's almost like you would soothe them, or, you know, maybe this is something that they did repetitively, because Gemini does rule somewhat repetition. So it's almost like repetitively they would come to you in the dead of night for some sexual healing, is what I'm hearing. And really, I feel like you picked up on that intuitively. You started to understand that this person only seems to present themselves when they feel like it's necessary. Or you may have tried to reach out to this person as well and they completely just ghosted you. It was almost like you was there for them in their time of need and in their hour of need, but then when you needed them, they were nowhere to be seen. They didn't want to invest. They didn't want to deal with your emotions. They felt like all that shit was just far too deep. I'm hearing that this person was purely there for physical purposes. I don't think that they were invested in regards to your development and growth. I feel like it was more about the senses, like the senses. I'm hearing like pleasurable experience rather than, and you know, these cards can be interpreted in many different ways, but I just feel like with the High Priestess when the love is showing up, this could really symbolize just that kind of quiet inner knowing that's shared between two people, the fact that these two people speak to each other telepathically, so that could definitely be something that's happening now. Every time you're thinking about this person, just know that they're thinking about you too. But, you know, there's this inner knowing, this innate inner knowing. I feel like you two recognise each other. There is this very soul-felt, you know, I feel like you're really familiar. Like, I feel like I've met you before. It's kind of that energy, and it almost has you questioning things like past life connections and familiarity. There's just something really familiar with this person, and that might have kind of got you questioning, like, what is going on here? It's a really, really very enticing. There's an enticement to this connection, and very there's a mystery around it. There's a little bit of mystery. So yeah, so we've also got the Ace of Swords here, and we've got the Knight of Swords under the deck. So I feel like you've learned some truth about this person. Again, like I'm saying, this person's mask may have slipped somewhat, or they just became very relaxed in their approach to you. They maybe became a little bit reckless. They didn't really consider your feelings. They didn't consider your emotions. They kind of just they just basically felt like you would take them as they came. And I feel like that's not the case. I do feel like you've pulled back your energy quite significantly. You may have found this person to be quite draining on your, just let's say heart space. This person was quite draining on your heart space. So there was a requirement to heal from this. If you see, she's got this little cross upon her heart, on her chest. It's almost like, I need to remove myself from this situation because I need to heal from it. And it is quite a deep healing that you've had to go through with this person. Again, this is something that's been done in isolation. So you may have even not had the opportunity to open up to this person to tell them exactly how your interaction with them has affected you. But absolutely feel like you're not giving to them as freely as you once did. You may be letting little bits slip. I'm just seeing this sliver of a moon here. So it's almost like you may be, if you are still in communication with this person, it's very, very limited, and it's very, very short and sweet is what I want to hear. It's probably not, you're not revealing your all to this person. You're just keeping a lot back. Like, real, I'm getting like self-preservation to the max. If you are communicating with this person, it's because you want to see if they've changed, or if they've evolved in any type of way, if they've come to their own realizations about the connection. So you're not giving too much away. You're just kind of sitting in wait, basically. It's almost like you're saying, you come to me this time, I'm not doing it again. The Ace of Swords talks about a truth, so you may have found out a truth, or somebody's realised the truth in this situation, but there's something very, very indicative of the truth coming out. The Ace of Swords talks about new ideas, new realizations. It's that epiphany moment, like, oh my God, it's one of them. And it provides a sense of clarity. It can also be about cutting somebody off as well, because a sword is a weapon, and it's almost like because swords rule the mental and communication, it rules words, and words can harm, but they can also heal. I feel like your silence is harming this person, but at the same time, it's healing you. I feel like you have poured a lot of emotion into this relationship and towards this person. They just did not reciprocate that. And I feel like they're understanding now. They're understanding, they're seeing why you got the way that you did. They're seeing why you pulled back. They're seeing why you was emotional. I'm hearing like a siren. So it's almost like your emotions, you were in so much pain. It's almost like, I don't know if this is going to be exact, but there's a story. I think it's Oedipus, and he ends up on this island with this siren. And I forget her name, but she has like this cry, and obviously, is it the story? I think it is. And he has to like tie himself to the boat so that he doesn't die. Basically, just Google it. You'll find something along those lines, but I can't remember what story it is exactly. It's a myth, an old myth, but it really tells the story of how much pain you was in with this person suffering. It was like you were suffering in silence, because they were just being so blasé and brazen as well, because we've got the sun here. Now, the sun can really talk about being brazen. It's really, really a card of confidence, ego. It can be a bit narcissistic also as well, but this is someone who really needs to be talked up. This is someone who needs to have their ego boosted. This is someone who felt like you did that for them. You was providing them with that service, and they really enjoyed that. Like, they lapped that shit up. And you noticed that. I feel like that was the truth that you stumbled across, the fact that, the more that I pour into this person, the bigger the ego seems to get. So you pulled back on that, and you stopped doing that, and you said, no, you're not. It was almost like you was giving away your power to this person every time. Now, this is a big one. Every time you and this person had intercourse, every time you derobed for this person, they depleted you of your power. They made you feel less than. They made you feel unworthy. They made you feel, and I'm hearing like violated in a sense. Excuse me. I'm hearing like there was a violation, or you felt violated, or you felt like they did not deserve you in that way, or they didn't deserve to get to know you in that way. It's almost like I'm feeling if you could take your sex back from this person, then you definitely would. I feel like you have some struggles accepting the fact that this person did you dirty like this, to be honest with you. I feel like that's been a very, very, very large pill to swallow. But you know what? Rather you know now than not know at all. You could have been continued on this cycle for a good, 3 months, 3 years, It's almost like this is, again, with this sword of truth, it hurts, but it also heals. It provides that detachment that you need when you get these realizations, to be like, oh, right, so something that you wasn't able to do previously, now you can, because you've had that additional information, you've had that additional insight. You've gained a sense of clarity in a situation. We've got the Four of Wands in the past. Now, the Four of Wands talks about a stable, happy home. It really does. This is a good card. This is a card of feeling very sure of oneself, feeling very stable, going about your day-to-day business, but not in a way of, there's no resentment here. It's just kind of, I feel like you enjoyed this person's company quite a lot. They were exciting. You did have fun together, absolutely had fun together, but this is a card of marriage as well. So you might even have thought that this person was the person that you were going to marry. I'm hearing like twin flame energy as well. So, you were very similar, you and this person. There was a lot that you could relate to. You kind of spoke the same language, I'm hearing. And I'm hearing that song, like, you've got a friend in me. I'm hearing that. So you could have been really, really good friends. You could have viewed this person as a very good friend. This person could have done, again, flip these roles if you need to. It could be you could have felt like you found a friend in this person, or it could have been the other person feeling like they found a friend in you, or it could be both of you. But I feel like, again, with what I was saying before, with the mirroring and everything, I feel like you really found, like, you found a friend in this person, and it brought a sense of joy and happiness into your life. And it was just like, there was no dark days in the beginning. Everything was really kind of happy-go-lucky, and it was very, quite spontaneous when you decide to get together, and it was exciting because of that. And there was just really just good vibes. I'm getting just really good vibes that you shared. But this person let that go to the head. They let that go to the head. They thought that you were investing into them because you didn't have any other choices, and that's just not the case. You invested into them because you resonated with them. So almost like I'm hearing like a tuning fork. So somebody could be into that, but it's almost like a ding. It's like you had the same vibe. You was at that same level. But then it's almost like when you started to make music with each other. This is interesting. So when you started to make music with each other, every now and again you'd notice that the chord was flat. And it's like, and you didn't say anything. So you just, it's almost like that. And you kept realising that this person was a little off. And you held that back. And it's almost like the more you held back, the more you noticed. And you were just like, who is this person? Like, I feel like you may have even healed through this person. Okay, so when people come into your life and you resonate with them, and you converse with them, and you interact with them, there's a level of growing that's going on there. You're learning from them, they're learning from you. But it's almost like you learned so much throughout this relationship, not just from them, but from other external sources as well. You kind of got to a point where you're like, we're not on the same vibe no more. You're kind of singing out of tune here, and there's just a few little areas of improvement that you need to make. And I maybe feel like this person was very reluctant to even acknowledge the fact that they needed to pay into this situation, pay into this scenario. Again, I'm just hearing like they depleted you every time they derobed you. It was just like, it was really very much operating for their own personal gratification, just so that they could say, well, I'm the man. That's what I'm getting. Like, I'm the man. This sun is very masculine energy. There's a regality to this. And this is the card that rules the King of Wands. Very, very cocksure of themselves, this person. Their ego is just beyond belief, actually. Quite narcissistic. I wouldn't even say controlling. I don't even think that this is so much about control. I think this is just narcissism. Like, I'm going to have you because I know I can. It's really shitty mentality, actually. So, but I think you've come to realise this now, which is why you've cut them off and you've just said, no, I'm not doing it no more. I do think that this person values you to a sense that they believe that again, I've got this in a previous reading. I can't remember which reading it was, but there's almost like there is this substance to you. There is this substance to you. There is this weight to you. So if this person is dealing with other people and they are entertaining other people, because this is a card of entertainment, if they're entertaining other people, they just don't even worry about that, because they're not up to your standard. They're not at your level. They don't carry any weight. It's almost like if they're disposable. I'm seeing disposable knives and forks and plates just being thrown away. So these people that they interact with, it's almost like they're just side pieces, or these are just things. It's almost like this person uses them as tools to boost their ego, but it's almost like they don't do it to the level that you did. Maybe this person actually may have secretly thought that you was out of their league, which is why they kept returning to source. I don't think that you're going to interact with this person anytime in the future. And the reason why I'm saying that is because the Nine of Wands is coming up. This really is a card of boundaries. This is a card of your name's not down, you're not coming in. This is a card of bouncing. This is, being a bouncer and standing guard and being like, no, you're holding holding ground at the minute, and you're just saying, no, you're not doing that to me, or we're not going another round. I don't want that again, and you're defending yourself and you're saying, no, this is my belief. My belief is so strong that I'm going to stand guard and I'm going to say, no, this is it. I feel like you're really cutting somebody off, but also you're kind of being very protective of your own energy. You're being very protective of your own, I'm hearing like inner magic, or like, you know, that thing, that drive, that ambition that you have. I feel like whenever you deal with this person, they just deplete you from it. And it's almost like it's not just the interaction that actually drains you. It's not the interaction with this person. It's almost like the next day. So obviously, you know, you do your thing on a night time. This rules the, you know, this is connected to the moon. So almost like the next day when you wake up, it's just like back to this defensive energy. It's really not, it's not something that flows consistently. There is very much a clear distinction between me and you. This is you, this is me, this is your place, this is my place. It's almost like when you have sex, though, or when you interact with this person, that becomes a bit blurred. So it kind of leaves you thinking, like, what is going on here? There's just a lot of, like, fog. I'm just seeing, like, fog. It's very foggy. There could be some, again, there could be some, I won't say deception, but yeah, a little bit. It's almost like this person's trying to pull the wool over your eyes. What are you on about? I didn't say that. Or why are you talking about that now? And it's, do you know what I mean? It's almost like they make you feel bad for even approaching the subject. Like, look, I came here to just have a good time. I came here to let my hair down and have a good time. And here you are all over there, all emotional and serious and shit. Like, what's going on? It's almost that. So you're saying, do you know what? If that's the case, fuck off then, basically. I don't want to do this anymore. Like, if you're not willing to listen to me, if you're not willing to hear my standpoint and my perspective on this situation, then we don't need to be together. We don't need to be doing this. Yeah, we've had our good times in the past. Yeah, we've, you know what I mean? We've messed around and enjoyed each other's company and whatever. I'm just hearing like lovers. I feel like this is a reading for two lovers. Yeah, we've enjoyed ourselves. We've had pleasures. We've had, you know what I mean? You might have even met each other's family, but it doesn't necessarily have to mean that. But it could be that in the past there is some type of connection there. So this is someone that is connected to you, your environment, your world, something like that. You may have met them through a friend kind of situation. So there's like a mutuality there, is what I'm saying. This isn't a random person that you bumped into in town. This is someone that you've met through somebody, like through the grapevine, I'm hearing. There may have been a lot of information passed down through the grapevine, either to you or this person, which has really kind of provided a sense of clarity in this situation for you. Little tidbits of information that you've just kept to yourself and just kind of really used that to form your own opinion of this person. Knight of Swords does indicate somebody coming in quickly, abruptly to speak to you. This is someone who has got their eye on something and they relentless. Okay, relentless. This is someone who is there's like a big shock factor here. So you could be really shocking this person. This person could be really doing something to shock you, but this really is somebody that doesn't hold back on the words. I feel like you could be having some harsh words with this person, actually. There could be a falling out or some type of argument, or you could just be straight up telling them about themselves, just showing them themselves and saying, this is you, this is actually you. And this person just really didn't expect it. It's going to kind of catch them off guard a little bit, because this person just thought, you know, all right, we might be going through some difficulties, but they're not that bad. And it's like, no, it is that bad. Like, literally, it is that bad. But you don't know that because you didn't give me the space to be able to communicate that. Because every time I tried to communicate that, you just blocked it off and said, no, you're not coming in. I'm not hearing it. I don't want to hear it, because they knew that when they were hearing this would change the dynamic. And they didn't want that. They wanted you to remain still and quiet and like a good little girl that you are, or a good little guy that you are. So now this is control creeping in. Now we are seeing control creeping into this reading. This control may not be very obvious. It's kind of a subtlety. It's kind of like a control from a distance, or control. There is control there either way, especially with this Knight of Swords showing up. This Knight of Swords very much talks about someone who is trying to get to grips on their mental. They're a little bit all over the place. They're not very settled. You know, this is someone who kind of is a little bit restless, may throw tantrums every now and again. And I actually even feel like this person could be speaking about you quite a lot to their peers as well, and they're actually getting pretty sick of hearing it. It's almost like they're saying, look, if that's how you feel, do something about it. Do something about it. So this person may be getting really serious with themselves and saying, look, maybe I should reapproach this situation. Maybe I should tell this person my truth. Maybe I should tell them what I've been up to, what I've been doing, why I am the way that I am. Just giving you all those answers that I feel like you've required for quite some time whilst you've been sat in this energy. I feel like there's been an uncomfortability as well. I don't feel like you've been sat in this energy and it's been nice and warm and inviting. It's almost like there's a bit of a chill to it as well. Excuse me. This person wants to start something new with you. This is like, let's turn over a new leaf. Let's just start, let's start again. Let's get this show on the road. The Ace of Wands talks about a new beginning, a new adventure. So this person really wants to go again with you. I think this person is very super attracted to you. You've got the Queen of Rods showing up. The Queen of Rods is highly desirable. This is someone who is very desired a lot by people, actually, because she's very warm and she's very loving. By nature, she's very warming. If you get on the wrong side of this Queen of Wands, though, you know about it. Like, she does not take shit. She will burn your house down and you blow up your car. And, like, she's a savage. This is the savage. Look at how tribal she is. So this person may know that you are a savage. That's how they might be viewing you. And it's almost like I need to be straight up front, direct with this woman, this man, no messing about. And they're preparing themselves. Like, this is someone who's prepared for war. Can you see all that blood all over the sword? It's almost like this is what this person's apprehending. If I come back to this person, then there is a war. We've got war on. And this Queen of Wands is saying, yeah, there is actually. There is a war on. I'm hearing you catch more flies with honey than vinegar. So that's interesting. So you catch more flies with honey than vinegar. So maybe this person's seeing other people show you a bit of attention, maybe on social media, something like that. Excuse me. And it's actually angering them. That's why they're wanting to come towards you. It's angering them a little bit. Maybe they feel like somebody else is going to win your affections or something like that. But they do want to start something new. And now I'm seeing the number 11. In actual fact, I'm seeing 11. I'm seeing it 3 times. So, yeah, I do feel like you are the object of someone's affection right now. And I do feel like you are highly desired by this person, but this doesn't have to be this person. This could just be in general. You could be highly desirable in general. There's a lot of magnetism, charisma to you. There is a lot of charm. You're a very charming person. I feel like you have a very nice personality. People enjoy talking to you. People enjoy being around you. You're very easy going, very easy to get on with. And I feel like that is probably one of the things that attracted this person in the first place, was because you were very fun-loving. You can have a laugh. You can have a joke. Like, there's something very... I'm getting like a baby cub, so it's almost like you are known to be quite fierce, but there is a softness to you also, and it's almost like when you're tapping, you get past that hard layer, that calloused layer, you crack it open, it's nice and soft and gooey on the inside, and it's almost like that's what this person knows you to be or views you to be, and they really want to get back into your good books. But right now, you're not having none of it. You're really, really not. So this person knows it's going to take a lot of hard work to actually get back to this situation again. I'll pull some cards from this deck, see if we can get some more messages. And then I'll pull some from the deck that I created and see what comes out there. So we've got, again, lovers. I feel like this person has fallen in love with you, absolutely, and they've given up fighting. They want to come towards you. So the lovers, the Hanged Man, and the Page of Wands. lots and lots of passion, lots of desire, lots of I want, gimme type energy. This person really is really super attracted to you. So you've got the lovers here again, and I love this card. I think it's gorgeous. But this is the lovers. This is the, you know, the heart-to-heart connection, that merging. It's almost like they want to get this back to where it once was. One thing I am noticing in these cards is the woman, even though she's naked in both cards, in the second card, she's actually got, trying to, just so you can see, it's almost like she's got scars on her skin. So it's almost like, I feel like there's an acknowledgement from this person that they've really hurt you and they've caused some wounds, some scars. They may just be seeing the error of their own ways, the fact that they've treated you quite poorly, actually, and that's what's caused this wedge between the two of you, is what I'm trying to say. I feel like this person feels like maybe they left you in a worse condition than what they found you. There could be a little bit of guilt there. We've got the Hangman again. This is about spiritual enlightenment. This is about letting go and releasing all the baggage of the past, you know, your understanding, your preconceived ideas about life. And, you know, this is about letting it all go, just kind of giving way, opening up the floodgates, letting love in, you know, so that you're able to project that. I feel like there could be some type of an emotional blockage that kind of took place. And I'm seeing the letter A. So A could be like initial for a name, could be confirmation for someone. But I'm really seeing kind of a release and a letting go of a lot of debris is what I'm hearing. Like a lot of debris from I'm hearing like a collateral damage. So I think that there was a lot of collateral damage in somebody's life. Potentially this person's, they could have really been going through it, or they could have had quite a difficult childhood or a difficult upbringing, and it wasn't really something that they was involved in, but there was a lot of collateral damage. So they learned a lot of habits and behaviours in order to overcome that, or and also to probably shut it out and repress it as well. Because what happens is when we deal with these types of behaviours, if we don't acknowledge them, they tend to show up in our lives, they tend to present in our lives subconsciously without us realising. So this person could have, you know, they could have reached a point of realisation that, you know, all of their preconceived ways, you know, the ways that they've always been shown to do things and deal with their emotions, they may very well be a person who was told to shut up and put up. And because they did that for so long, it was almost like it kind of numbed them, so to speak. And again, we kind of got this in Scorpio's reading, so you could be dealing with a Scorpio. When you put that barrier up in order to protect yourself, the barrier goes both ways. So it also stops new energy coming in and purifying and revitalizing. Really, that's, you know, we're cyclical beings. We have rhythms and we have circulatory systems and stuff. So it's all good and well putting a block there, but it's almost like that's not something that's going to last forever, and you know, and we can just continue to live our life like that. We can't. We do at some point need to address it and say, look, because there's always going to be something that appears in our real world, in our reality, that we need to address. And the skill set that we need to call upon or invoke, we can't, because we haven't developed it properly enough. And the reason why we haven't developed it properly enough is because we've put a block there, and we've said, no, it's coming out, no, it's coming in. So I'm just wanting to say this, and I think it's important because Capricorns are very known to be quite mature. They're known to kind of go through a lot of hardships in their life, you know, and it's different for everybody. But one thing I will say is Capricorns are known to put the work in and the effort and the energy that's required to get them to that next step. Not everybody's built like that. Not everybody is as resilient as that. Not everybody is as driven. and they don't see it as a challenge. They see it as something quite traumatic. They see it as something that just is an impossibility in a lot of cases. So I think it makes a lot of sense to just be mindful of that. I do think maybe there's a tendency to judge people a little harshly. But that being said, I do think that this person has, they've woken up a little bit. They're not quite there yet. This is like early morning, so that could be a confirmation for someone, some activity in early morning. But it's almost like this person's just waking up. They're just realizing, and it's almost like they're vibing up here at the minute. They're vibing up here. I don't think it's so much being embodied into their psyche, how they truly feel about you, because it's almost like it's just starting to show itself to this person. So we'll pull some cards from this deck, see what messages come out in here, and then I'm going to call it a wrap, because I'm trying to keep these videos to about 30 minutes. And to be honest, I can go on with these readings forever and a day, but I just want to make sure everybody gets the turn and gets a chance and gets to hear some messages. Also, if this video resonates, if the reading resonates, like, share and subscribe for me. It really helps me out. And if you hit the notifications bell, then you'll be able to find out when I'm posting new videos, new content for you to be able to just, draw some guidance from, really. So we've got 3's a crowd. Give me some time. And radiant glow. Well, this is amazing, because 3's a crowd. This person may believe that you have got another somebody else interested. I feel like in this silence, when I was saying before, the silence is speaking volumes. It's almost like maybe you've never pulled back your energy like you have in this instance with this person, and it's almost like they're saying, whoa, they're getting worried now, because it's like you've never done this before. You're keeping your distance, you're staying away from them, you've kind of realised the truth of this person, and you're just like, I'm really not with that, so let me just get rid of it, and you've cut it out your life. But it's got them worried. They're worried about, who are they around? Who are they spending time with? They're not entertaining me, therefore they must be entertaining somebody else. This person could also have tried to involve another party just so that they can get over you, maybe forget about you a little bit. But there's a third factor that's been considered in this reading. So take that as it resonates. It could go either way. Give me some time. This person really wants to reach out to you. They want to talk to you. They want to communicate with you. I feel like you have silenced this mofo, and they can't get in touch with you, and all they want is to spend a bit of time with you. And you're like, I know how that goes. Every time I spend time with you, I end up waking up feeling like shit. You disappear, nowhere to be seen. Do you know what I mean? Like, and then I'm just sat there in my robe, like, all freshly showered, like, it's just, so this person's like, give me some time. They want to come back around. They want to see what you're dealing with now. They want to see who you're speaking to and vibing with. And you might have even been in separation for quite some time, actually. You might not have been around. I feel like it's enough time for them to maybe start to think that you are dealing with another person, because this person is really, really super attracted to you with this radiant glow. Absolutely. I really do think they are. I think that they got in their own way here a little bit. I feel like they didn't realise what they had, and they got in their own way. This Queen of Rods, Queen of Wands, however you want to say it, this is the one that glows. She is, you've got the sun here as well. This is a card of radiance. This is the radiant glow. This is the radiant glow that this person sees in you. I don't know why I'm looking down there. My camera's up here. This is the radiant glow that this person sees in you. They just think that you're just gorgeous. There's just like this highly magnetic, charismatic sexual energy that you carry, and this person is just like, they really, 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 really love it, actually. I think they like it as well, because they know that you've got this mystery about you. There's this mystery. I mean, you could be somebody that's deep into spirituality as well, but there's this mystery, this air of mystery. It's almost like, let me just think of an example, like someone who is just just really like super. I'm getting like even Angelina Jolie in one of these films that I've seen. I don't know, and she's just really attractive, but there's this silence. It's almost like these eyes, something about somebody's eyes or something like that they're really drawn to. So this person may have really nice eyes, or they think that you've got really nice eyes, and it's almost like they draw you in. That's what this magnetism is. This person's super attractive. I feel like they want to find out everything about you. They want to know all your secrets. They want to know what is contained within. This may be the realization that they're coming to now. It's almost like, tell me everything about it. It's almost like they've done a full 360, because where they didn't want to know anything about you before, now they want to know absolutely everything. And it's a bit like, you may like withdraw from that because it's very abnormal. It's like, what is your game here? You've never been interested in me like that in the past when I've wanted you to be. Why all of a sudden now? So that's interesting. I'm going to pull an affirmation card just to see if we can get another message from the universe. This is interesting. So if this reading resonates with you, please like the video, share it and subscribe, because it helps the channel and it helps me to continue to be able to put these readings out. Again, look at your other placement videos, because there may be messages. So for example, I am an Aries, but I have placements in Libra, and I have placements in, all these other signs. Look to them placements, because you could have messages in those videos as well. This is like, this card, you've just seen me shuffling. Look how many cards there is. There's so many, and this card keeps coming out for so many readings, and it's the presence of love will always cast out fear. And I feel like this person wants to come towards you now, because maybe they found out and they really, they've realised that they love you. They love you, and love is scary. Love can be so scary. It isn't always like rainbows and butterflies, because not everybody's, lived a life like that. But so there's fear here. There's definite fear here. And I think this fear is the fact that you may have moved on to another person. I feel like in your silence, in your absence from being removed from this person's come to the realization that they could potentially love you. You are living rent-free in their head. They're thinking a lot about the encounters that you've had together, the nights that you've spent together, the conversations that you've had, and I feel like it's casting out the fear, because that person's seeing the light in the relationship, and that light's superseding the fear. That darkness, that little bit of darkness that everybody carries out in them. It's almost like you've shone a little light inside them, or I feel like inside them there's been this little person like with a flashlight, like Morse code, as if to say like, you love this person, and they just didn't get it. And it's almost like now that maybe they've shut out some distractions or whatever, they're finally seeing that light of, oh my god, and they're waking up to it. So I feel like they do want to come towards you. We've got the 8 of Wands here. The 8 of Wands is messages of love coming in thick and fast. It's almost like as soon as you let this person back in, if you let them back in, it's your choice. If you let them back in, they're going to overload you with just things that they've been harbouring for a long, long time, actually. So that's your reading. Like I said, I'll be putting these videos out every month moving forward. I do offer personal readings, so if that's something that you're interested in, all my details can be found in the description box below. I do have a Facebook page, and all my services can be found on there with instructions on how to book. But until next time, I'll see you soon, Capricorn.